I'm Yim Vice President, Eastern Naga Students Federation. Yeah.
Okay, so we've traveled with you yesterday to Hakkomute, and now we have visited the school. What are your observations?
I just want to make a simple appeal and perhaps the strongest appeal to those at helm at the governance. Students' lives should not be at the cost of their personal interests. Meaning, once a teacher is posted, they should make sure that he or she performs his or her duty. But the sad reality of our state is that many of the teachers are so much into political affiliations that they are attached detached from the schools, which is
attached to what?
Attached to politicians, minister, MLAs, and that's hampering the life of the students. And if this trend is to continue, we don't see a beautiful Nagaland state we pictures, because if there is no education, I don't see any further developments in the near future. Yeah.
Okay, so help me understand this. When you say attached to politicians, for example, if a teacher gets attached to a politician, what is the role of that teacher? What is the teacher do?
In my understanding, especially for male folks, they serve the MLA minister as his political aid, or we call it personal aid also, PA. And for the women folks, they take this opportunity, especially when that MLA or minister is close aid of them or close a relative or something from the same party, and then they get themselves in the comfort zone without performing their duty. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think, how effective can the ANSF be when it comes to education?
The Students' Federation itself, the organization itself, to look after the welfare of the students' community. So the participation we are participating as of now is okay. However, we are not the implementing agency, but those at the government themselves is giving the future. So every now and then reminders for no transfer and posting things are also being given, let alone federation, but even from the village level, that that teacher should not be transferred out in the middle of the academic session. However, the government is always turning deaf ear to those calls also. So the final call lies in the hands of the government.
Okay. Which village are you from?
I'm from Mimi village.
Okay, so how about Mimi?
Pathetic.
The teacher mentioned that you have a GHS in Mimi.
Yeah.
So when you say pathetic, can you just elaborate?
We don't have enrollment now. We don't have adequate teacher because of the enrollment effect, which directly.
What is the population of Mimi?
Should come around 500 plus. Yeah.
And those eligible for, say, school. How many children do you have that can be enrolled in the school, and what is the present enrollment number in the school?
I'm not sure with the statistics. However, I think fairly just below 50, I guess, at the moment.
Enrollment?
Yeah.
And how many children are there in Mimi?
I mean the enrollment of the school, yeah.
Yeah, but how many children of that age that has to go to school are in Mimi?
For if the statistical is concerned, I think it's around 400 plus.
400.
Yeah, students.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the enrollment is only 50.
50 something, or I think it does not reach even 50. Yeah. Fortunately for Mimi, we have one private school run by a local church, so that's doing a lot. And for the likes of for a village like Mimi, the private school which is run by the local church is rather on a rescue mission for the students. Yeah, which actually should be the responsibility of the state government or the department concerned, but the local church is rather helping.
How many students are enrolled in the school and how many students are enrolled in the government school?
As for private school, I'm not very quite sure with the exact figure, but should come around 100.
Oh, that means okay, 50
Yeah.
for government school and 100 for church.
Yeah, yeah.
And who is funding the teachers for this church school?
I think 2 teachers are being sponsored by one local church, and the rest is managed by the school fees and all.
Okay, okay. So, as somebody from Mimi village, what would you like to appeal to the government?
There shouldn't be random transfer and posting of teachers in the middle of the academic session, and then hears and cries of a village like the furthest village like this should be heard. Once a teacher, or let alone a teacher, any government servant, once he or she is appointed, she is bound to exercise his duty, perform his duty, her duty, but that should be strictly checked. There was a time where this thing called digital attendance or something was also coming, but we don't see that happening. And another point I also would like to add is, like, I'm coming back from the previous point, but there need to look into a serious thing where these political affiliations are there. Not affiliation, but attachment with the minister MLAs. That is a very wrong move.
Do you know anybody who's been attached and who's been removed from, say, their duties? Do you know people like that?
I know.
Okay. From your own community?
No.
Okay. Suppose, this is a hypothesis, but suppose, say, one of your friends is a teacher, but he or she also gets affiliated and is attached to a minister. What would you say to your friend?
Leave your job.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Double B, L, E, apple. Next P, double O, K. Now T, O, G. Here. One. Top good. Double G, egg. Next F, I, S, H. One.
Fish.
Good. G. Huh? G, U, N. One. Gun. Gun. Okay. G, U, N. Gun. 알았어, 어때? You write like this, okay? Next. You write this up. 이빨 돼. 이라고 돼. Next. 시시모. 얘기잖아. A4. A, double B, L, E. Yeah. One. Apple. Yeah. Oh, good. Next B. B. C
C
A
A
T
T
1
1
예
K
이름 잘해 C A
C A
T
T
아저씨가 get 미미데 잘해 나 배선 먹고 자지 next C next kia C next là T ngọ T T nó gì chơi T for
I know
nó thưa bà thế đây nó lăng quá nó lăng quá
Bye bye.